and we would not be caring at all if we weren't continuously trying to make your school district as safe as it possibly could be. You know, as a dad, I wish I could sit here and say, I can guarantee you, Mom, I can guarantee you, Dad, I can guarantee you, Grandma, that our schools will be safe, but we live in a world where that's not possible. So what we have to do continuously is look at our options, weigh the potential safety improvement against the cost. And when I say cost, I don't mean money. I mean the cost of our efforts, the cost of our culture, the cost of how safe students and team members and family members feel, and try to make wise and methodical decisions in a very deliberate way. One of the things I worry about when we have a situation like what happened in Barrow County about 10 days ago is that the first thing we want to do is have some knee-jerk reactions. We want to spend some money, we want to buy some things, we want to change our procedures, when in fact we need to be very deliberate about that, because we continue to put a lot of thought. We look into the research, and we want to make sure we're doing things that truly make our students and our families and our team members safer. That being said, there is some value in perceived safety, and we also are willing and have done in the past and will continue to do some things that make people feel safer. An anxious child, an anxious teacher will not put forth the best version of themselves. They won't learn at the highest levels, and people do need, and particularly our team members and our boys and girls, they deserve to feel safe. So that being said, I just want to take a few minutes today to tell you some of the things that we do make public that are going on within your school district. We continue to have meetings. In the last 10 days. We've had a number of additional meetings. I met with the sheriff as late as this afternoon discussing some possible ideas in the Hall County School District, but we just want to kind of bring you up to date on where you are in your district. First of all, physical entry and surveillance. One of the first things we want to do is we want to have hard facilities that are not easy to get into, that people that don't belong there. When I say belong there, I mean the people that work there, the people that learn there, and the family members that come to participate in the learning process. Those are the individuals that we want in our schools. We want it to be as easy as possible, but not too easy for individuals to get in. That being said, we have controlled entry points at every one of our facilities now. We've installed safety vestibules at every one of our facilities where you have to buzz in during the day, you have to be checked in, you have to have an electronic card to get into our facilities, and that's at all of our facilities. We have 200% accountability. We actually have developed some apps that individuals who work in our district check doors when they go into facilities. They ask children if they have a trusted adult within their facility. And again, that is immediate feedback for principals, district level staff when doors are left open, propped open, not working, and we have processes in place to get those doors that are not working immediately fixed within 24 hours. In addition to that, we've got grid maps, which again, local law enforcement, emergency management personnel all have the grid maps for all of our facilities. So in case of any kind of an emergency, immediately they have the exact same grid, the exact same language in order to know exactly where to go on a campus to respond to an emergency at one of your schools. We have cameras everywhere. Those cameras are visible from leaders within the school, from leaders within the district, remotely, and we have what we believe is pretty incredible surveillance on almost all of our areas at your schools. We have an immediate check for visitors for sex offender status. We have also an immediate alert system. We've heard a lot over the last 10 days about a project and a program called Centegix, which is a button around the neck. We have looked at all of the systems. When we made the decision a few years ago, we went with Safer Watch, which is app-based. There were reasons that we went with Safer Watch. Safer Watch did not have batteries that went dead. Safer Watch could work through, also could work through our local area networks at all of our schools. Safer Watch could work out on playgrounds and at ball games, and was geofenced so that once an employee who had the Safer Watch access left our campus, a child or a third party could not take their phone and create an immediate alert within our schools. Additionally, at the high school level, we have IDs for all of our high school students, and all adults who work within the district or visitors should have ID badges when they are in our schools. Moving on to plans, drills, and audits, we have safety plans for every facility. They are regularly updated. They're annually reviewed and approved by the state and by GEMA. They're practiced by the teams at all of the schools. And not only do the school level administrators and team members know what the safety plan is, we have copies of those digitally at the central level for all of our different schools, and we review those on a regular basis. I believe one of the most powerful things we do is we have routine unannounced audits. We started those with GEMA, but GEMA does not have the bandwidth to do more than maybe one of those at every district per year. We now, with the help of local law enforcement, sheriff's department, we commenced to have several routine unannounced safety audits at all of our different campuses throughout the year. Those have been received extremely positively. We are doing a much better job of not letting people in our buildings that don't belong there, keeping our doors locked, and dealing with individuals who are in our schools that don't belong there in the appropriate way. We have active shooter preparation and training at the appropriate level for the individuals who need to be part of that. We have regular safety drills. Our district leadership, along with school leadership, local police, fire, and emergency management, we'll have tabletop exercises where we spend a number of hours sitting around a table and talking about what if and looking at different scenarios. So in terms of plans, drills, and audits, your district makes this a fabric of what we do every day. Collaboration and communication, I can't thank our local law enforcement, fire, EMA. We share keys, we share facility information, we share communication devices so that we're all on the same page. We do training together, and again, we are just really blessed to live in a community like this where we have such incredible collaboration. Over the last 10 days, even local police departments, in addition to our local sheriff's department, were just showing up. They've been in and out of our schools. They've been asking what can they do to help us, to make our teachers, to make our team members, to make our boys and girls feel more safe. And we just can't thank them enough for the partnerships that we have. In terms of safety personnel, your school district has 18 school resource officers. We have 9 additional private security officers. There is a designated SRO in every middle and high school. We have 3 more additional SROs that rotate amongst our elementary schools. And again, as late as today, I was talking with our sheriff. We had a meeting about how we might be able to increase the number of those officers within the sheriff's department that could be a regular presence at our elementary schools. Quite honestly, one of the things that's been a challenge is getting deputy sheriff's officers to want to be elementary school SROs. But again, we're looking at some very creative ways that we might be able to make more of that presence happen in the relatively near future. Also, in terms of personnel, we have district level personnel. You can see the 2 names at the bottom. Eric Raddick, a former Marine, and Avery Niles, the former head of the Department of Juvenile Justice for the state of Georgia, as well as a lifetime of law enforcement. Those are 2 individuals that you can always contact when you have specific safety questions. I would encourage you that your school principal is always the first place to start. In addition to those gentlemen, in addition to the hired security officers and SROs, we also have a safety coordinator who gets an extra supplement to be in charge of some of the safety coordination activities that have to go on at each and every one of our schools. Our IT department has an entire security team, and again, we also have 3 Hull County School District owned rotating canines who are drug sniffing dogs that we rotate amongst our middle and high schools on a regular basis. The issue that I left for last is unfortunately probably the most profound issue that has the potential to do the most for us when it comes to safe schools. Again, hurting people hurt people. And what we know is that we have a mental and emotional wellness crisis in this country. And I just want you to know that your school district, your Board of Education, is investing in Tier 1. Those are the things that we do for everybody, the skills that we teach for everyone, the supports that we provide for everyone. And when we say everyone, we mean boys and girls and team members. We also are reaching out, and as a matter of fact, we currently have the first ever skills class that we're offering even for parents that want some additional support in terms of how to deal with some of the very extreme and difficult issues going on within their own families. And so we take mental health very seriously. So Tier 1 is everybody. Tier 2 is the extra small group skills that we can teach students and adults. We have several adult groups of skills that are going on at this time. And don't be confused by people who don't know. These are skills classes. This is not opportunities to process. This is not therapy. This is teaching people very common sense, straightforward, research-based skills that help people deal with the challenging and chaotic world that we all face. And finally, we have a team that does an incredible job at Tier 3, and that is sometimes there's just issues that we need mental health professionals. And we have 18 partnerships that we've signed with individuals in our community that we can refer and make available to students, to team members, to families. When there are challenges in paying for some of these, we have some supports in place that we can help pay for some of those. And again, I think because of this robust Tier 1 and Tier 2 support that we have in place, we have seen some significant lowering of the amount of issues that we're seeing on the annual health survey with the state of Georgia over the last couple of years. Finally, one of the most important things we can do is to create and to maintain a culture that, number one, it's okay not to feel okay. If you're struggling and you're needing some help, you need to ask for some help, and we'll do everything we possibly can to get you that help, to get you that support. And also, we have a campaign, and we try to tell our students, we try to tell our parents, we try to tell our community, we try to tell our team members, and we go beyond trying. We do tell you, and we're telling you right now, if you see something that doesn't look out of place, please say something. You know, the only real common denominators in the school tragedies that we've seen over the last 20 years are, number one, there were mental, emotional challenges in place for the individuals that did these horrific things. And number two, as we look back on the situation, somebody or several somebodies knew something wasn't quite right. Go to our website and you can see right there on the front page, hallco.org, a button you can click where you can anonymously say something if you see something that doesn't seem right. But we encourage our students all the time that saying something when you see something is not being a snitch. It's not turning on your friends. It is indeed the ultimate in caring for someone enough to say, hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm just seeing something in Juan that's not normal, it's not seeming right, and I wish somebody would just check and make sure that he's all right. Also, we follow that up with our students saying, please don't tell things about people to other people. Social media in the hands of people without a conscience is every bit as dangerous as physically harming someone. So once again, we're trying to create this culture. We ask for your help in creating a culture that we need to care for each other, that the human condition is we all struggle at times and we need to be in a position to ask for help, to get people help. And if you see something that doesn't look right, please say something. We're getting tremendous numbers of people that are saying, how can I help? One of the greatest things you can do is get involved with your local school principal and say, are there students that I can mentor? Are there students that I can work with that are struggling, that just need a little bit extra? because the bottom line is each and every one of us need people in our lives that care for us, that go out of their way to say, you matter, I see you, and I would encourage you once again to please get involved with your school principal and see how you can be involved in that process. If you have any other safety questions, and again, we'll be coming forward with some improvements, some enhancements, some changes as we continue to move forward. This will not be driven by just specific events. It will continue to be part of what we do every day in your Hall County School District. And we thank you for the incredible privilege you give us of working with our boys and girls every day.